I wanted to talk about the internet and how many negative people are on the internet. There's a lot of negative people. I refuse to read negative comments because there's a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of negative people. Then they don't appreciate what they have. They always complain about their work. They always complain about their friends, about their family. They complain about everything. They're never happy. They always blame the world, that the world is a really bad place and it's controlled by some evil people. You see, this is another thing, right? Because many people believe that I was born a Christian, and when you read the Bible, it teaches you that God is in control of this world, but Satan is in control of this world, and God is just giving everyone free will and letting the evil to solve do his bit here, right? Do his part, and then the time will come when he will step in and he will eliminate the evil, right? So that's the explanation about what is evil in the world. It's because God isn't interfering in a way, and He's not here, right? So, but it doesn't mean that there's not a level of control that He has, right? Because if this world was indeed just evil, right, controlled by the evil, it would have been destroyed by now. You see, and you don't see that. You can see good in the world. Of course, there's so much good, like me talking to you now, and neighbors, the neighbors you have, the neighbors I have, everyone, we just want good things, you see. And even in the leadership, you got to realize that I always used to blame the government. I always used to blame the leadership. I always said, oh, the leadership is bad, we're being controlled, they're evil, because we don't have this and we don't have that. And then I realized, but what do I bring? And then I looked around, right, and I realized how most people are. And I've realized that most people, the commoner, right, they're very, very judgmental, first of all, very judgmental people. They're very bad people, they're not kind people, right? I mean, look at football. Look how quickly things can just turn into bad, right? They turn against their own team, against their own leadership, right? In football, and this is what you see. You see that the people on the street, like everywhere you go, right? They blame the elites, they blame the world control, but they're not doing anything, right? They're not really helping anything. They're very judgmental. The moment you turn your back, they'll talk about you. Think about work. When I'm at work, for example, I know for a fact that most people at work, because they come to me and they moan about the person. I said, look, mate, I'm not interested in this. They moan about or what they do talk to another person, to another person. Then they say, oh, this person did this, and they always moan all the time. This is what they do. They don't talk about anything else. If they talk about entertainment, or they moan about someone else. And this is what you see. Listen to conversation, most people, wherever you are. And this is what's, and you realize that if you're indeed a really good person, you wouldn't do something like this, right? So how can you're a bit of a hypocrite, because you blame the government being full of evil people, or someone else, a shadow government, right? Now I understand. We go down to a different video. I understand there's secret societies and there's the groups out there of people, individuals, but control has to be maintained as well. You have to understand that, because if you don't have these organizations, secret societies, secret groups, of course that's secret, because they wouldn't be known, right? You wouldn't see posters on trees or posters on walls about, oh, we are in charge of this and we maintain peace, or we maintain control, or we maintain order. No, you wouldn't see that. So there have to be things, because otherwise you'll be chaos. And I realized that in a way, when you start thinking from the other perspective, from there, imagine you're an elite, right? Imagine you're someone in this kind of organization, and you look at the people that are here, right? You understand how bad these people are. Like, they can be really, really evil. There's a book called The Crowd, and it talks about how people in crowds can become they can have one mentality. They can become very violent. They can become, once law-abiding citizens, now they turn into criminals. You see, so, and I've seen it. You can see it. I can see it. You can see it everywhere. You know, the normal person there's a level of, there's no honor. There's no, they're missing something there. You know, something that they don't have. They don't really have. They don't guide their life. They're not disciplined. They don't have their life. They don't guide their life from principles and morals. They don't have, you know, morals and values. You know, this is the, you know, they don't guide their life on this kind of, you know, to think, okay, you know what, let me be honest. Let me see, okay, let me be loyal. Let me not do, no. It's how they feel. And that's when you think, okay, well, if most people are like this, and then that's what they do. They blame the you know, the government or someone else that they can't really see. So what I'm trying to say is that if you pay attention to this, you will see a lot of people are negative. Don't pay attention to them. Concentrate on you. Concentrate on your house, on your family, and you see that you're gonna attract people that have the same mentality. People with values, people with morals, with people with principles, people that understand that you as an individual in a society, you have to contribute as well. You have to understand your role, right? You have to understand that, okay, you're doing this job, you are a cleaner, or you've chosen to do this job, be proud and do it. And you also understand that that's how we work. Someone has to be a plumber, someone has to be a cleaner, someone has to work in security, so next time when you go to work or when you go and see someone else and they moan, that was like a plane when it was like boom. But yeah, next time when you hear people complaining, just try and tell them, look, you're a security guard or you're a cleaner. Try and be proud of this. You're you're part of the society. You're helping everyone. You know, this is what I'm telling everyone now. But this is what I've realized, because I woke up and I've realized this. It took me some time to realize this. Now, every time I walk or anywhere I walk, or when I see somewhere, I'm always looking. I'm thinking, right, well, this cup of coffee. Well, someone had to create this cup. Someone had to make the coffee that I'm drinking. Someone had to make this cigar. The top that I'm wearing, the camera that is in front of me, this lighter. Everyone has contributed for me to have all this here. You know what I mean? Like, people that I don't know, like, for me to have this box of cigars, these books, like everything around me, the sword, the map, the telescope, you name it. And that's when you realize that once you understand this, you sort of, there's a level of calmness and freedom comes with it, because you understand that like, I don't feel stressed anymore. I don't feel bad for going to work. I don't feel bad I'm proud. I'm happy to do that, to do my part. And I've understood that as a man, or you know, well, in your case, you're a woman, you must train your mind with good things. You must read good things. You must look at good things. You must do what is right. You must have honor. You must do that. And you must not complain or talk about people that you work with, or people, or your family, or anything like that. Promote peace, and you see how everything changes. You see, and because if we all have this mentality, then we can. You see, we always blame the top, but all the problems comes from the bottom. Because if at the bottom we all had morals and values, and you know, we were honorable people, then slowly that will just, it's like a plant, it will just grow and it will hit the top, you see. And if the top was indeed that corrupt, and it is in certain parts, in certain places, it is indeed. Now, I'm not saying that Like I said, there's organizations, then we're going down into a different group, but I'm saying that if everyone like the bottom here, all of us, we have the same mentality, it's very easy to go up. And we can see and we can look around and feel, okay, wow, right, we can do this, we've got a voice. And people at the top, they will look at us and think, okay, well, there's something in this world, it's like a game, right? You must understand that when you produce something, when you contribute with something in this world, you get rewarded. Special people get rewarded. Understand this. At the moment, everyone is not really special because, like I said, they don't really. Another thing is as well, right? Think about like I wanted to mention this about men, how obsessed men are with women, even though they're married and they see other women on the street, and they always look like, oh. You see, this is not the thing that obsession. You know, when men come together, they should talk about how to create things, not talk about other women. And women come together, they shouldn't talk about men, like, oh, to get men or something. That, you know, they should talk about beautiful things, positive things. How can they improve the society? How can they improve the family and so on? And that's what men should do as well. This is on this subject. I'm gonna make another video about a different subject. So hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.